When I first moved into the house on Bellamy Lane, I thought I was chasing a long-awaited dream. The style was classic, nestled among ancient oaks with a weathered fence and the promise of quiet suburbia. The air smelled faintly of lilac and moss, and for a moment, it felt like I was finally home. But that feeling did not last. Not after my first night fell and the house and everything around it slipped from reality's view. On that first evening, I sat in my living room with my phone aglow, scrolling through maps to orient myself. Something odd caught my eye. The familiar aerial photo, streets, rooftops, patches of garden, appeared just as it should. But when the clock struck midnight, the image of my house flickered and melted away, swallowed by a patch of shadow where my address should have been. Refreshing did nothing. Closing and reopening apps only confirmed it. Bellamy Lane, my house, even the little white dot that marked my own location, erased themselves cleanly from every map and navigation service. At first, I brushed it off as a software glitch. Yet, even as I tried to ignore it, my unease grew. When daylight returned, so did my home's place on every map. The sunlight reassured me, anchoring everything back to the world as I knew it. But each night, at precisely midnight, the erasure repeated with unnatural precision. I called utility companies. They insisted my address existed. Friends tried to visit at night, and no matter how closely they followed directions, they found only a stretch of empty woods or an unmarked road, as though Bellamy Lane never existed. It would have been eerie enough if it ended there. But soon I noticed the neighbors vanished too. During daylight hours, the block bustled with activity. Porch swings creaked, sprinklers spun, children's laughter ringed through the trees. But as dusk deepened, one by one, the houses darkened. Lawn chairs were abandoned mid-conversation, cars disappeared from driveways, and lights winked out all in the same instant. By midnight, I would step onto my porch and peer into a void. No houses, no streetlights, no signs of life, just a deep, unsettling silence, as if the world itself was holding its breath. My phone, which always struggled for service at night, became a dim lifeline to nowhere. My curiosity gnawed at me. Determined, I tried leaving the house after sundown, stepping down Bellamy Lane, flashlight cutting through the thickening fog. The further I walked, the more I felt as though I was treading water in a vast sea. The path repeated on itself, each step stripping away familiarity. No matter the direction, I always returned to my front door. Sometimes, faint shapes shimmered at the edge of my vision, shadows that might have been my neighbors, caught mid-routine, looping endlessly in the dark. Mail never arrived in the night. No delivery services acknowledged my address after sunset. Even emergency services fumbled on calls, unable to locate the street as if it had never been plotted on their map. I watched as my own digital existence faded each night. Social media tagged me as out of range. Calendar events scheduled in the evening slipped into ambiguity, marked with unanswered question marks and location errors. I became obsessed with searching for clues. Local lore revealed nothing more than a cryptic warning: don't linger on Bellamy Lane after dark. Folks in the next neighborhood overfeigned ignorance at my questions, glancing away as though protecting a secret. The boundary between day and night blurred, and I struggled to discern which version of my life was truly real: the bustling neighborhood under the sun or the vanishing world swallowed by night. Now, I mark each evening's arrival more keenly than before, counting the last seconds before my home slips from the world's notice. Each night I wait, wondering if tomorrow's dawn will bring everything back or leave me lost, still searching, in a place no longer found by any map.